بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد وأهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين اللهم صل على محمد ومحمد. We said the items, the a'mal of wudu, it begins number one with niyyah. And we mentioned the niyyah, how it should be. So either you do the niyyah of mustahab or wajib. How is that? If now you are doing the wudu now and you don't have any prayers to do, you just want to keep the tahara, then this wudu is mustahab. But if you are doing it to do maghrib and isha, then that wudu has to be, the niyyah of that wudu has to be mandatory, wajib. Then we said the first thing, this is not the mustahabbat, this is the wajibat. We will come to the mustahabbat later on. Washing the face from where the hairline, imaginary hairline, because if some people their hair grows here or some people it starts from there, we have to draw a line, imaginary line, okay, to the chin. That is the length and the width. We said the middle finger and the thumb. And if someone has long fingers or short, he has to go with the average one. That is the width of the face. And it is washed one time. Today we come to the arms. غسل اليدين والواجب غسل الذراعين والمرفقين. Washing the arm and the elbow. So the elbow is inside. Because the Quran says إذا قمتم إلى الصلاة. Surah Al-Ma'idah. إذا قمتم إلى الصلاة, which is ayah number 6, فَاغْسُلُوا وُجُوهَكُمْ وَأَيْدِيَكُمْ إِلَى الْمَرَافِقِ. So the elbows has to be part of the arm, covered. So you must wash a little bit above the elbow to make sure that the elbow, the mirfaq, is included. وَالْمِرْفَقَيْنِ وَالْإِبْتِدَاءُ مِنَ الْمِرْفَقِ. This is the misunderstanding between the Shia and the Sunnis. The Sunnis, they wash this way. Because they say the Quran says إِلَى الْمَرَافِقِ, up to. The Arabic does not say up to. It says as far as. This is the translation. إِلَى الْمَرَافِقِ, it means as far as the elbows. Not here, not this one. Here. Not up to the elbows. Because they go with the literal translation. So it says إِلَى الْمَرَافِقِ, so they begin washing from here upward. It's not, this is what the Quran is saying, include the marafiq. Because this is hand, this is all called hand, okay? So up to where? Up to here, up to there, up to there? He says no, up to here. Okay, as far as the elbow. من المرفق. ولو غسل منكوسا لم يجز ويجب البدء باليمنى. But if a person does it other way around, from here to there, it's not accepted. It has to be from here to there and beginning with the right arm. And if someone has part of his arm being amputated, he washes the rest. And if it is amputated from the elbow, then he does not wash, either one, or if both of them he does not. سقط فرض غسلها. It would be dropped, so he does not have to wash his arm or arms. ولو كان له ذراعان دون المرفق أو أصابع زائدة أو لحم نابت وجب غسل الجميع. If sometimes there is birth defect, someone has 2 arms or 6 fingers, okay, then it has to be included. If he has 2 arms, then he has to wash both of them, or 6 fingers or 7 fingers, then he has to wash, because this is part of the arm and the hand. وجب غسل الجميع ولو كان فوق المرفق لم يجب غسله. But if, let's say, the arm he has double arm, but up to the elbow, not from here down, then that one definitely, because even the original one should not be washed. So anything extra in his arm above the elbow is not washable. وَلَوْ كَانَ لَهُ يَدٌ زَائِدَةٌ وَجَبَ غَسْلُهَا. If he has 2 complete arms, which god has 6, 7? What they call him? Huh? 6, 7. The Hindus, yeah. So if someone has 3, 4 arms, then he has to wash all of them.
So it doesn't have to be dry?
No, we will come to that. We will come to that. It doesn't have to be. الفرض الرابع, after washing the face and the arms, مسح الرأس, wiping the head. والواجب منه ما يسمى به ماسحا. Even if you put only one finger and do this, this is called wiping. So that is the minimum. You would still be able to do with one finger. One finger. Okay? So that is okay. والمندوب, but what is mustahab is 3 fingers breadthwise. If you put them together like this, breadthwise. This is mustahab, but you can also even do with one. But mustahab is 3 fingers together. ويختص المسح بمقدم الرأس. We only wipe the frontal part, not the back, not this one, here. Whether you have hair or you don't have hair, it's only this area, not the back. ويجب أن يكون بنداوة الوضوء ولا يجوز استئناف ماء جديد له. With the same wetness that is on your palm, on your hand. You don't put your hand under the water again. You don't have to bring fresh water. With the same wetness that is on your arm, on your palm, you use that one to wipe your head. وَلَوْ جَفَّ عَلَى مَا عَلَى يَدَيْهِ. If the weather was so hot, the wind was so strong, immediately the water in your hand dried up. In that case, you take from your beard if you are like me. But if you are a man and you don't have a beard, or if you are a female, then from your eyebrow, okay? Or eyelid. If you don't have, some people don't have eyebrow, then inshallah, Eyelashes, exactly, okay? فَإِن لَمْ يَبْقَ نَدَاوَةٌ. Nothing on his face, alhamdulillah, nothing, neither face nor. In that case, استأنف, he has to do new wudu. Meaning, washing the face, the arms, and then wiping. وَالْأَفْضَلُ مَسْحُ الرَّأْسِ مُقْبِلًا. My friends, there is mistake in the translation. I checked it today. The translation of this specific sentence is not accurate. وَالْأَفْضَلُ, it is preferred, مَسْحُ الرَّأْسِ مُقْبِلًا, meaning the way you wipe this way. Dr. Ali, look at me. This way, not that way. Not mudbir. This is muqbil, this is mudbir.
I thought I read in one of the fatwas that it was okay to do that way.
Yeah, it says al-afdal, preferably, not wajib. Afdal, it's better that you do this way, not that way.
So you said mustahab with 3 fingers, but you're supposed to do the whole palm, right? We use the
No.
3 or just 3 fingers.
Mustahab 3.
What about the palm, like the whole thing?
You can do this. You can do.
Minimum is
Yeah. Minimum mustahab. Minimum is this. Minimum, which is mandatory, is one. But mustahab is 3, but you can do also 4. You can do this one.
Yeah. I guess I don't understand why it's mustahab 3 and
Yeah.
So is that correct that the wetness of the must shouldn't touch the wetness of the face? Like you have washed your face first, so it shouldn't touch this water.
No, after you wiped, even if the palm touches your forehead, it's okay. Yeah, after you wiped. Not before. But after you wiped, it's okay to touch. وَلَوْ غَسَلَ مَوْضِعُ الْمَسْحِ لَمْ يَجُزْ. In our madhab, it's not allowed to wash. You have to wipe. The head and the feet, it has to be wiped. Because the Quran says, فَاغْسِلُوا وُجُوهَكُمْ وَأَيْدِيَكُمْ إِلَى الْمَرَافِقِ وَامْسَحُوا بِرُؤُوسِكُمْ وَأَرْجُلِكُمْ. Wipe, not wash.
So you said something in the book is incorrect. I couldn't figure out which one it is.
When it says al-afdalu, it is preferably that he wipes muqbilan. Muqbilan. What does it say? Read the English sentence.
That's what I'm trying to figure out where it is.
You don't even know what page we are in.
Number 4, at the footnote number 4.
Oh, it's in the footnote? Oh.
No, not the footnote. In the original. In the original, he does not.
To wipe the frontal part of the head. Recommended mandub extent is 3 fingers breadth-wise.
No, pass that one. Pass that.
Wiping should be done particularly to the frontal part of the head. The leges consider it wajib that the wiping should be with the wetness of earlier active ablution performed. The washing of hands. If the hands are rinsed anew with water for wiping, the ablution will become invalid. If the wetness on his hand is dried up, he can take from the wetness of his beard and edge of eyelid. If no wetness left, he should renew ablution.
Now.
Facing the qibla.
He says facing the qibla.
Oh, that's not correct.
That's not correct.
Oh.
مسح الرأس مقبلا. مقبلا does not mean facing the qibla. He thinks facing the qibla. No. He means that what he meant in the translation, that while you are wiping your head, you have to face the qibla. No. You can't give your back to the qibla. It means this way, not that way. It's better to wipe this way. This is part of the translation which is not accurate. ويجوز المسح على الشعر المختص بالمقدم وعلى البشرة. Now, the hair that you wipe on it has to be the hair of the same area, or if there is no hair, the skin of the same area. But if someone brings his hair, let's say he has long hair, okay, from the back, he throw the long hair from the back to the front, and he wants to wipe, this is not accepted. It has to be the hair, wiping the hair of the frontal area, not the back. If he wants to bring, let's say he has huge, long hair, and like our beautiful president sometimes, the hair from this side, that side, yeah. This is why he doesn't take wudu, I think. He does tayammum. Yeah. So, وَكَذَا لَوْ مَسَحَ عَلَى الْعِمَامَةِ. He is not allowed to do the wiping above the imama or the kufi or whatever that covers the head. It has to touch the hair, or if there is no hair, the skin. الفرض الخامس مسح الرجلين ويجب مسح القدمين من رؤوس الأصابع. From where? From the tip of the toes. Tip of the toes. إلى الكعبين. The ankles. This is the ka'b. This area in Arabic is called ka'b. This area in Arabic. So from here to there, not just here. إلى الكعبين, because the Quran states the area where we should cover. وهما قبة القدمين. Now, it is the raised bone. This is the raised bone. See, we all have the raised bone. So up to here, not up to there. It has to reach, this is the raised bone, this area. It has to reach this. This is the ka'b. In Arabic, this is the ka'b. This is the ka'b. وَيَجُوزُ مَنْكُوسًا. Unlike the head, which is preferably do it this way, the feet, you can do it that way. Not necessarily from here to there. You can do it from here to there. يجوز, in a reversed way. وَلَيْسَ بَيْنَ الرِّجْلَيْنِ تَرْتِيبٌ. See, between the arms, you have to do the right and the left. The author says, between the feet, you can do both at the same time, not in sequence. But the arm, you cannot do both at the same time. You have to finish the right and do the left. With the feet, you can do simultaneously. Okay, there is no sequence between them. وإذا قطع بعض موضع المسح مسح على ما بقي ولو قطع من الكعب سقط المسح عن القدم. If someone, God forbids, his toes, let's say, have been cut off, but he has this remaining, then he wipes this. If it has been cut off from this area, this area is missing, then he or she would not do مسح. It is dropped. ويجب المسح على بشرة القدم. Again, you have to wipe on the skin, not on the socks. ولا يجوز على حائل. You cannot wipe on a barrier such as khuf, socks or shoes. It can't. إلا, except in two conditions. للتقية. Taqiyya, because you are living somewhere. If you don't do this, you will be in trouble. You will be in trouble. They discover you and, Or for emergency, and the fuqaha, the emergency, they say you are in a snowstorm, in a desert, you can't take off your shoes. Or not necessarily snow, very cold, freezing weather. You get sick. You get sick because you have to walk on the floor and the floor is very cold. In that case, it's okay. وَإِذَا زَالَ السَّبَبُ أَعَادَ الطَّهَارَةَ عَلَى قَوْلٍ. Now, if you did your wudu and it was very bitterly cold and you wiped on your socks, then you did morning prayers, but you kept the wudu, intact. You did not invalidate your wudu. So the wudu is still intact. Can you continue Salatul Dhuhr with this wudu where you wiped on the shoes or the socks? There are two opinions. One opinion says, no, you cannot. You have to do another wudu. The other opinion says, yes, you can do Salatul Dhuhr and Asr with the same wudu. Unless you do hadath, you lose your wudu. In that case, if emergency is removed, then you have to wipe the skin of the feet this time. Okay?
Said, what if you're in a place where the floor is so najas?
Yeah, this is again.
That would be the emergency?
Yes, yeah. Because emergency means you cannot touch, you can't stand. There is something wrong there. You can't take off your shoes. Sometimes you are in the military. They don't allow you, for instance. They don't allow you. You are in a place where they say, no, don't take off your shoes. Mamnu. Then in that case, yeah.
The mash.
Yes.
The feet has to be in a certain position. Like I heard, like you have to relieve it.
We will speak about this later. We will speak it. They do not emphasize the position of the feet. You can put it in any position. However, you have to make sure, sorry to put my feet here, sorry. You have to make sure that when you put it, your hand is the one that is moving, not your feet. Because if you lose your balance, let's say some people do it like that. The feet is moving, not the hand. The hand is fixed, the feet is moving. This is not wiping. This is your leg. Your leg is wiping your palm. That should not be done. So this is why they say put it in a place fixed where you are the one. It's not shaking or moving up and down. You are not losing your balance. Have you seen some people, they do it while they are in ajala, so he's not wiping.
That's not valid then.
That's not valid. You have to wipe it yourself. So you have to put it somewhere, or unless you are, athletic, you are very strong, you can really, let me try, see if I can do that. I can do it for 2 seconds, no more. Yeah. So this is how they say. Okay. مسائل ثمان. 8 مسألة. Number 1. الأولى الترتيب واجب في الوضوء. Wudu has to be done مرتب, in sequence. So you can't wash your arm and then your face. Or you begin with the left one and then the right one. No, it has to be in ترتيب, in sequence. يبدأ غسل الوجه قبل اليمنى. Then he washes the face before the right, and then the right, then the left. بعدها ومسح الرأس. After that, wiping the head and wiping the feet. فلو خالف أعاد الوضوء. If he wants to wipe his feet before his head, or he washes the left before the right, then he has to repeat the entire process of wudu. عمدا كان أو نسيانا. Sometimes he does that on purpose. Sometimes no, he forgot. He washed the left and then wow, I didn't do the right. In this case, he has to repeat the wudu. إن كان قد جف الوضوء. Now, where does he repeat the whole wudu? If it was dried up, let's say he washed the left and then he forgot to wash the right. By the time he wanted to wash the right, the left dried or the face dried, the face, okay? Then he has to begin all over again. وَإِنْ كَانَ الْبَلَلُ بَاقِيًا. But let's say he washed his face and he did the left. Immediately he remembered, I have not done the right. If it is still wet, then he does the right and then he does the left again. Okay? He doesn't have to dry his left arm to do the wudu. No. With wetness on it, he can do. So he does the right and then the left. أعاد على ما يحصل معه الترتيب. الثانية, second condition, الموالاة واجبة, continuity. Now, they have two criteria for continuity. One criteria, وهي أن يغسل كل عضو قبل أن يجف ما تقدمه. What do we mean by continuity, موالاة? It means one after the other. How far after the other? How far? They tell you, don't let the right arm, don't let your face dries and then you wash the right. While still there is wetness on the face, you do the right. Where still there is wetness on the right, do the left. This is one opinion. The other opinion says, no. Sometimes it's so windy, so hot, I've seen this, that immediately once you wash your face, after 5 seconds, the face dries. So it's not necessarily when it is wet. It should be, the criteria is that you have to follow up immediately before, not only before it gets dry. You wait, because sometimes it doesn't get dry until 15 minutes. Does that mean you are allowed washing this and it is now still wet? Can I wash after 15 minutes? No. Muwalat means one after the other. Now, how far? This is left for the urf to decide. Let's say I washed my face, okay? Then I shut the faucet. I shut it. Takes me time. And then I want to lean somewhere. It takes 10 seconds. 10 seconds, still muwalat. But then if I want to go and answer the phone, by the time I answer the phone, speak for 10 minutes, and then I come back and wash the arm, this is not muwalat. This is discontinuity. So we have to continue in a fashion where people say, yes, he's continuing. He's not discontinuing. He's not leaving. Or sometimes, let's say, I wash my arms, and some people, they have to sit in order for them to take off the shoes. It takes them, let's say, a few seconds from here to there to go and sit, take off the shoes. This is also muwalat. This is, back to back. There is no discontinuity. Discontinuity when a lady goes to her, she's preparing lunch, so she washes the face and then she goes and then, starts stirring the pot and then she comes back the arm and then again another. This is discontinuity. So muwalat means continuity. الثالثة, someone asked this question last time. Al-fardu, what is mandatory in washing is only one time. The second time is sunnah, mustahab too. The third time is bid'ah, innovation. So don't do more than 2 times. وَلَيْسَ فِي الْمَسْحِ تِكْرَارٌ. Now, what do we mean by washing? You can pour the water on your face or on your arm more than 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. The washing is not allowed more than 2 times. There is a difference between pouring the water and washing. Washing is the pouring the water. Let's say my hand is so small. Have you seen some kids? Takes only 2 drops. 2 drops are not enough. So I put once, twice, 3 times when there is enough, and then I start. This process. This is washing. This is mustahab twice. The same thing with the face.
Anywhere, right?
Anywhere. And the parts that are washable, which is face and arms. These 3 parts, 1 time is mandatory, 1 time. That's it. The water reaches my face. This is 1 time. Twice is mustahab. 3 times is bid'ah.
Do you do the finger too? I see some people are just very thorough, and some people just,
Some people have waswas. They have what they call it in English,
obsessive compulsive.
something like that. They keep doing. If you know the water has reached, that's it. Khalas. Yeah, to make sure that the water reaches.
Yeah.
Because some people, they just drop the water and you can tell it's these parts are not, the water did not reach them. Okay? Once the water reaches, that's it. Yeah, 1 time. If you do this 1 time, I think the water reaches. Unless they have a problem with the skin or. So, الرابعة يجزي, it is sufficient في الغسل ما يسمى به غاسلا وإن كان في الغسل ما يسمى به غاسلا وإن كان مثل الدهن. Now, do we have to pour the water in abundance, let's say, a lot of water? No. Sometimes I have less than this. Little bit of water. So I put a few drops and I start with these few drops. This is enough. Like applying the oil. How do you apply the oil on your face, for instance? You put applying the oil. So you don't have to pour the water. It can be few drops. Few drops. You have little water, you can do wudu with it. So it's wet now. There is water here, you put it, and then you can use it. You can use it probably for the entire arm. So you don't have to drench your arm with water. So the water, goes down like a waterfall. Have you seen? No. It's whatever when people say yes, it's wet. When the urf says yeah, his arm is wet, the face is wet. This is enough. This is enough. Meaning, some people think that the water has to go all the way on my dress, on the floor, especially in the airplane. Have you seen them? When they do wudu in the airplane? I've seen it on the way to Hajj. The water starts going, in the aisle. Believe me. And the pilot starts screaming. He says, believe me, one time he was saying, it is halal to do it in Jeddah airport. Halal. He was a British pilot. Yeah. He used to, it is okay according to Islamic law, you can do it when you arrive in Jeddah. Wallah, he was telling them, don't do it here in the airplane, Let's arrive safe, and then you can halal to do it at Jeddah airport.
Say,
Yeah.
if the water is running in the sink, I thought this question asked, can you put the water underneath?
You can.
That's okay. So you don't
Yes.
have to pour the water?
Yes.
Okay.
You don't have to pour it with your arm. You can put the arm underneath 1 time, or if that is covers the all, and then you start washing. You can do it under, yeah. وَمَنْ كَانَ فِي يَدِهِ خَاتَمٌ, if someone is wearing a ring or strap, فَعَلَيْهِ إِيصَالُ الْمَاءِ إِلَى مَا تَحْتِهِ, underneath the strap, if you are wearing a watch, or you don't have to take it off, but make sure that the water penetrates underneath the strap or the ring. وَإِنْ كَانَ وَاسِعًا, if this ring or the strap was wide, and the water goes, mustahab that you move it when you are wearing it. Move it to make sure that the water penetrates the area. الخامسة من كان على بعض أعضاء طهارته جبائر. Someone had fallen and he broke his arm, and there is a cast on his arm. There is a bandage on this area, bandage. on his cheek, on his forehead. There is a bandage. There is a cast here, there is a bandage there that prevents the water from reaching the skin. فَإِنْ أَمْكَنَهُ, if that does not hurt him medically to take off the cast or to remove the bandage, he must do so. But if it hurts him, the doctor says don't remove it, keep it for a few days. وَإِلَّا أَجْزَأَهُ الْمَسْحُ عَلَيْهَا. So the cast, he would wipe over the cast. If that hurts him, removing the cast is not allowed, the doctor said don't, or the bandage, he cannot remove it because it would bleed again. So he will wipe over the bandage. He will wipe over the cast. سواء ما كان ما تحتها طاهرا. Now, maybe underneath the cast, his hand is najis. There is some stains of blood. Or underneath the bandage, there is a blood. It's okay. It's okay, you wipe over it. أو نجس. وإذا زال العذر استأنف الطهارة على تردد. Now, he did the wudu and he did Salat al-Dhuhr while he did the wiping. غسل الجبيرة, مسح الجبيرة. For Salat al-Asr, the blood stopped, let's say. So he removed it. Should he do another wudu to cover this area, or he can use the first wudu? He says there is taraddud, there is hesitation. Some say no, since the excuse is removed, then you have to do another wudu. Others they say no, you can continue with the same wudu that you had. السادس لا يجوز أن يتولى وضوءه غيره مع الاختيار ويجوز عند الاضطرار. Someone is sitting, he's too lazy, his wife comes and says, I'll do the wudu for you. So she pours the water on his face and he's just relaxing. She's washing his face, his arm, it's not allowed. Unless someone is in the hospital, he cannot move. He can't move. اضطرار, state of emergency. Or he's, let's say, handcuffed. Let's say he's handcuffed, okay? His wife, she handcuffed him to keep him quiet. In that case, she can do the wudu for him. No, I'm kidding. In that, she has to open the handcuff. Because the wife can do that, of course. But let's say in the police, custody, and he wants to do wudu, and the police, they don't open the handcuff, let's say. So in that case, the police officer, they can perform the wudu for him. السابعة لا يجوز المحدث مس كتابة القرآن. Who is muhdith, my friends? Muhdith is the one who loses his wudu. For instance, he doesn't have wudu, or he had wudu, he lost it. He lost it, okay? He used the bathroom. That person is called muhdith. He or she cannot touch the writings of the Quran. وَيَجُوزُ لَهُ أَنْ يَمُسَّ مَا عَدَى الْكِتَابِ. But if he is touching, let's say, he's touching for instance, as an example, let's say this is the Quran. He cannot touch, or she, without wudu, the writings. But here, footnotes, if there is footnotes in the Quran, underneath, he can touch it. Or what we call this? The sides, okay? Or the cover. The cover, it's okay. But also he or she can touch between the lines if there is no writing. Let's say this area is empty. I can put my finger here, it's okay. As long as it does not touch the writings, and they say the writings in Arabic, not the translation of English or Farsi or Urdu or French or Spanish.
If you're a state of hadat, you can use your pen.
Exactly. You can do, because some people, they have to, when they read, so you can use a pen, you can use paper, you can use, whatever. Or if you are wearing gloves, let's say. Some people wear gloves, okay? You can wear, but not the skin. The skin cannot touch the writings of the Quran. الثامنة. This is a case of, unfortunately, type of disease. One of them called salas, the second called al-batin. Salas has no control over his urine. Has no control. The batin has no control over his excrement. Let's say he has diarrhea non-stop. He has either this is long-term illness or short-term, 1 day, half a day, 2 days. In that case, those two guys, whether they are male or female, يتوضأ لكل صلاة. The one who has no control over his urine has to do wudu for every salat. The one who has no control over his, let's say, excrement, or let's say he has diarrhea, in that case, again, he has to do the same, does wudu for every salat, but while if he's praying, he felt he lost control, this is very difficult. I don't know how to do that. They write it, but they don't think about practicing it. They say, let's say, while he was in second rak'ah, okay, he felt that he passed the number 2, diarrhea. He should stop his prayers, clean himself, does wudu, and then do not start the prayers all over again. Continue from where you stopped. How can he clean himself in the middle of the prayers? I don't know. Only mothers can do that, you know. When mothers change the diaper of the baby, they use only 1. When I change it, I use 20. Believe me. So my wife says, thank you, son. Next time, don't do it. Let me do it. It's an art. Believe me, they use 1, you know, they wipe everything. I use 20, and still it's not. So unless you are, you know, expert in this field. So they say in the middle of the prayers has to clean himself. How does he clean with water? Or if it is number 2, of course he can clean with stones without leaving the place of prayers. Yeah.
That's what that.
No. Yeah, this is, no, this is, I said it's difficult. So most likely he has to do it while he's sitting on his bathroom seat. If he's continuing, non-stop, not even for 5 minutes. God forbid, inshallah, nothing happens like that. وَسُنَنُ الْوُضُوء. Should we say the mustahabbat or leave them for tomorrow? Sister? Tomorrow? وصلى الله وسلم على سيدنا محمد وأهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم.